And then, of course, we have environmental energies where you're walking into a crowd of people and sometimes it feels so overwhelming, like chaos is pressing against my skin. I would get a heavy feeling on top of my head and sometimes on my chest because I could feel all the energy around me, including the angelic and spiritual realm of all these people. And man, oh man, it was way too much to handle. But I knew I couldn't just stay away and live in my house for the rest of my life. I had to figure out how to deal with this better. This space honors all paths of connection, healing, and family, grounding ourselves in sacred teachings as we are anchored in ancient roots, ready to rise from the soil of our past. I'm Michelle Irene Stupski, here to guide you through stories, insights, and spiritual practices that will help you heal and rediscover your true belonging. Welcome to Angels, Adoption, and Ancestors. Today, we're exploring the sacred shield, protecting your light without closing your heart. By opening the sacred light circle, this topic resonates deeply with empaths and sensitive souls and those who feel the weight of the world's energies, yet long to remain open, connected, and free. But before we dive in, I want to share a moment from my journey that illustrates why this topic is so important for all of us. Let's begin like we do every cast by opening our sacred light circle and rubbing our beautiful hands together, stirring up the energy within our hand chakras that is connected directly to our heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale and feel the tension release. As together we are creating a space of connection, safety, and divine light. This topic resonates deeply with so many of us, those who feel the weight of the world's energies, yet long to remain open, connected, and free. I like to share life experiences with you so that you may, in one way or another, see something familiar and allow that spark to ignite something new within you. Today, I'm going to share a few moments from my own journey that illustrates how this topic could best fit our needs when we need to connect, because it's necessary. When I first started connecting deeply with others in my spiritual work and hosting classes, I found myself feeling drained, even sick at times, after certain interactions. And one day after hosting a group event, I went home and I literally burst into tears. The event had been filled with so much love, yet I felt extremely heavy. I couldn't understand why. It wasn't until later that I realized I had absorbed the unspoken pain of those who had shared their stories with me. I hadn't protected my own energy properly, and it left me depleted. There are different types of energies that we can shield ourselves against. For example, there's negative emotions, like a time where one of my close friends' resentment felt like a cloud hovering over me for days, and I allowed it to eat away at my happiness. And it was stealing something vital from me. It was stealing my joy. And then there are the energetic cords and moments where I felt so tethered to other people's emotions that I forgot to tend to my own, and I was feeling what they were experiencing until I recognized that this energy wasn't mine to hold on to. It wasn't mine to digest. And then, of course, we have environmental energies where you're walking into a crowd of people and sometimes it feels so overwhelming, like chaos is pressing against my skin. I would get a heavy feeling on top of my head and sometimes on my chest because I could feel all the energy around me, including the angelic and spiritual realm of all these people. And man, oh man, it was way too much to handle. But I knew I couldn't just stay away and live in my house for the rest of my life. I had to figure out how to deal with this better. And then you may also experience self-inflicted energies, the inner voice of doubt, those old whispers of judgment that try to creep back in. Guilty. So guilty that my book Flying Free is completely dedicated to releasing this voice of self-doubt and the negativity and the judgment that we place upon ourselves so that we can uncover personal freedom. But let's talk about what protection is not. In the past, I thought the only way to protect myself was to emotionally retreat. That was before I started a spiritual practice. I would build walls so high that even my closest loved ones and friends couldn't reach me. And that wasn't healthy either. But I see now that I wasn't really protecting myself, I was isolating. Protection isn't about cutting off love. It's about learning to stay open while choosing what energies you allow into your sacred space. I've learned so many different ways to connect through the years for protection, and one super simple way is to envision a sunbeam shining down directly over your head as it enters into your crown chakra. Feel its warmth and simply ask for the protection of the divine white light. Protect me from, name your tune. And then I learned to speak in the present and post tense as if it is already yours by stating simple phrases like, I am protected, I am taken care of. This next way is my ultimate favorite as it encompasses all the energy light chakras and the energy centers. It's called the Sacred Light Circle of Protection. And you're calling in the angelic light. And it's one of the most transformative practices in my life. It's been working with the angelic light and the angelic realm and divine source. I remember a particularly hard day when I felt completely unearthed. I closed my eyes and I visualized this golden light pouring down from above and surrounding me like a warm embrace. And as I brought this circle around me, I felt safe. And as I continued, and I'll share in a moment what this is like, but that light reminded me that I wasn't alone and that I had the power to create my own sanctuary. This is now my daily practice. It's not just a ritual, it's an energetic commitment to standing in my divine truth. You can do this with the physical movements that I'm going to share, or simply visualize them as you breathe into the practice. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale out, and place your hands over your heart, and tapping into your inner soul. Now rub the palms of your hands together, creating friction and energy, the energy that we cannot see, but we can ultimately feel. And allow the intuitive wisdom that flows through your chakras begin to pull back into alignment as we bring our hands upward in prayer position, tapping each one of those chakras along the way until your hands are fully extended upward. As you breathe in, feel the sacred light activation igniting at your core, radiating outward with your hands slowly coming down, bringing your hands around in an open wide as a visualizing circle around your body. This is your sacred light shield, your protective energetic boundary. And as you do this, visualize each chakra lighting up from root to crown as we bring our hands back together, aligning our strength in our inner light. And we bring those hands tapping into the rest of our beautiful chakras, continuing to align with these beautiful light spaces. See your entire being encompassed in radiant divine energy, forming a shield that allows only light and high vibrational energy to flow in. Finish by bringing your hands back to your heart, sealing the intention with a deep breath and gratitude. This practice isn't about blocking, it's about choosing. Choosing what you allow in, choosing how you engage, and choosing to remain open without absorbing what isn't yours. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel the presence of energy around you, something you can do every day before your day begins, right before you go to work, at the office, or on your walk, during meditations, or even chatting on the phone call to that one family member that sucks the life out of you. Shh, we won't tell them. We just said that. Here are a few other practical applications of the sacred light shield. Daily maintenance. At night, I clear my energy by lighting a candle or incense and saying a prayer and visualizing any residual energies being lovingly released. But more importantly, understanding what you're shielding from. I found myself crying after an intense session with someone who had been through unimaginable pain. I couldn't figure out why their story lingered in my heart so heavily. And through journaling, I realized it wasn't just their pain. I was connecting it to my unhealed wounds. And so I ask you this: what energies leave you feeling drained or overwhelmed? And then how can you create space to nurture and replenish your own energy? One of the most powerful lessons I've learned is that protecting your energy doesn't mean hiding your light. When my walls were up, I thought I was safe, but I was also very lonely. It wasn't until I learned to shield without shutting down that I truly began to thrive in my personal life and my business life. So here's my sacred invocation for you. Let's close this practice with a sacred soul whisper. My light is my shield. My love is my strength, and my soul remains open and free. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today. Remember that protecting your light doesn't mean closing your heart. With practice, you can stand tall in your truth, allowing your light to shine while staying grounded and whole. So be sure to share, like, and comment as it helps to spread the light far and wide. Be sure to watch the last episode with the Angel of the Month. It's a really good one. It will match up perfectly with what we're talking about today. You were never meant to dim your light. As a beautiful reminder, true protection is standing fully in your power, knowing that your light is your shield and your love is your strength. Stay open, stay grounded, and stay connected to yourself, to your soul, and to the divine forces guiding you. You are radiant, you are protected, and you, my friend, are never alone. Until next time, stay radiant and remember, you are never alone.